My name is Jocelyn. This is my husband,
Alex.
And we are doing a Q&A. This is in honor of our 2-year wedding anniversary. It's our 2-year wedding anniversary, but our 12-year overall anniversary. Been together anniversary. Last year, I posted a wedding vlog, so a vlog of our wedding day on our 1-year anniversary. And this year, the intention was to put this up a lot sooner, but it just didn't happen that way.
Life happens.
Yeah. For our anniversary, we went to Portland, Oregon.
Where are we?
Our hotel.
Where?
Our hotel. The Hoxton?
In where?
Portland.
Portland, Oregon, baby. Boom, look at us go.
Oh, okay. It's 1-2 blocks away.
How's it going?
I'm very tired.
Yeah? What time is it?
12:10. 12:11. We haven't answered any questions yet.
That's okay. We can do that later.
We will give you a tour of the hotel room. It's a very bougie hotel. In the morning when there's more light and we're a little bit more sober.
See you in the morning.
And went to a Dodie concert.
It was awesome.
It was awesome. It was fantastic. We had so much fun. We queued up all day and then we're right at the barricade.
Front row
At the concert. It was so much fun. Oh, it's just incredible. And then the next day we went and walked around Portland, went to the Saturday market, did some shopping. And then the last day, the day that we left, we went to OMSI. If you're not familiar with what that is, they have a planetarium, they have exhibits, hands-on kind of activities there. Saw a really, really cool exhibit. It's called Exquisite Creatures. I'll probably throw some pictures up. And then we went to IKEA and spent a couple hours there and brought home some fun stuff for the new house.
By the way, OMSI stands for the Oregon Museum of Science and Industry.
Fun facts with Alex. Our intention was to vlog during this anniversary and answer questions throughout our time there. That just didn't happen. So we're here today in our house to answer the questions that you guys asked. We got a fair few of them, definitely enough to fill up a video.
I haven't even seen these yet.
No, Alex hasn't seen them. I haven't looked at them in about a week. I sent a poll out on Instagram and I also posted on the community tab. We got a fair amount of responses on both platforms, so I don't know that we'll answer all of them, but we'll do our best to answer as many as possible.
Here we go.
And here we go. All right, so I'm gonna start with the screenshots that I took from Instagram. And there's also probably gonna be some rollovers, like just how we met, that kind of thing. That was asked a couple different times. Oh, I asked for assumptions and questions. So if people had assumptions about us to put, there's some funny ones. So first question, do you want kids? Actually, the exact question was, do you want kiddos? Whatever. Yes, we want kids.
Definitely.
Definitely kids. The next question, how do you guys not get tired of each other?
She's just awesome.
No. I think we spend enough time apart.
Yeah. Not
in like a bad way, but just doing separate things.
School,
work, our work schedules they used to be a lot less aligned, but they're, he works some nights. 1 or 2 nights a week. But usually we have enough time apart where it's just, we're not around each other 24/7, which even, he's like one of the few people that I don't get overwhelmed by. I'm a more introverted kind of person, so overstimulation of people exhausts me, and he's one of the few people that just usually doesn't.
I can be pretty overwhelming sometimes.
He can be pretty overwhelming, yeah. So how do you not get tired of me? Same thing, basically.
Yeah. You're just like really awesome and amazing, and I like being around you.
I feel really bad about my answer now.
And then when I'm not around you for a while, I'm like, yeah, let's just chill and do my own thing. But then I'm just like, it's been a while.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to see Jocelyn again.
No. So this is an assumption. It says, your in-laws love you because you're so sweet. I feel like when we first got together, they really loved me. But now I've kind of stolen you away from them. And because of that, they love me a little less, but they still love me.
Maybe.
Does that sound accurate? Are you saying they don't love me at all?
Yeah. Just kidding.
Oh no, Christmas is gonna be awkward. Ooh, this is the one that was kind of asked a handful of times. I think you met in high school, but how? Did you have a class together?
Band class, baby.
Well, actually, you were in percussion class, which was different than just band class, right?
Yeah, but I also had band class. I had...
You did? I don't really Were we in band? No. I don't know. No, I don't think so. I think percussion had their own time.
I know we did, but I'm saying...
I don't think that you...
Yeah, no.
Well, that doesn't really matter. He was a year behind me in high school, so we didn't really have very many classes together because of that, but we met in marching band.
At band camp.
At band camp, yes. The first time that I remember seeing you was they took all the band kids to a camping ground and we camped there maybe like 2 or 3 nights. I don't remember exactly, but it was at least a couple nights. And so we camped there and, you know, we each had our own cabins and somebody took a picture of Alex in the middle of the night and it was dark and the flash and he freaked out. And that's the first memory I have of you.
I don't remember that at all.
But then that was the summer and then it was that October that we started dating, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, so October of 2007. So marching band, you know, when you're involved in an extracurricular activity like that and you spend a lot of time with those people, a lot of times you develop a relationship. And that was pretty prevalent. There was a lot of relationships within the band.
Definitely.
Yeah, so that's how we met. Oh, here is an assumption. He wants more kids than you do.
Ha!
No?
Incorrect.
We're gonna have 3.
We're gonna have 2.
Oh, so I got a bunch from Paige.
Of course.
So she wants to know who is more emotional.
Me.
It depends. Well, it depends on what we're talking about. I feel like I'm more emotional in real life, reacting to real life things.
What does that mean?
And you're more emotional with like movies, really.
Yeah.
You'll cry at like any movie.
Movies are a very moving and touching medium.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, definitely.
They get to me.
They definitely do. Who has a better fashion sense? I would say, yeah, me. I mean, neither one of us really, but I feel like out of the 2 of us, me. How many cats is actually too many cats?
Like, probably 10?
Whoa. No, I feel like, I don't know, I want to say 5 is like really, like, for us, you know, obviously this is very personal.
I think I could handle 6 cats. I don't know if I'd want a 7th cat.
See, the problem is that if we got another cat, we would probably need to get another litter box.
Oh, 100%.
And there's nowhere to put it.
Okay, I mean, I guess if we're talking like in real terms of our own personal house, like 4 is a good cap for us.
4 is a good, yeah. 4. 5 would be a lot. Like, I don't want a 5th. I mean, I do want a 5th cat.
I would have a 5th cat in a heartbeat.
I know. We almost brought one home day 1 of moving in here.
I was pretty persistent.
All right. What is your favorite activity to do together? Currently?
Go to the movies.
Yeah, I do like going to the movies. I like staying home and watching movies, though.
Game of Thrones.
That was what I was going to say. Currently, Game of Thrones.
That is like, yeah, that's my number 1 thing right now.
Usually, we don't get a lot of time to watch them, and currently, the last 2 times we've watched them, we've binged 3 episodes in a row.
It's been amazing.
Oh, what is Alex's favorite food?
I don't really know what my favorite food is.
You like your waffles and ice cream.
I mean, that's a really good meal. Yeah.
Oh, the last one on Instagram, I think. Tell us your love story.
Well, basically, it goes like this.
I don't know where you're going with it.
As we mentioned before, we met in band camp.
This one time?
At band camp. I met my wife. And I was a freshman. I was in what's called the pit or the front ensemble. Those people everything's stationary at the front of the field when you do a marching band show. And when we went outside to practice, we would have to carry all the equipment out there on these big old carts and stuff. It was a hassle. But we were also pretty much responsible for picking up everyone's leftover.
That was forgotten on the field.
Yeah.
Just things. Water bottles, jackets.
Sweaters, scarves. So one day, I think maybe like school had almost started or something. So I had been in band camp for like the last 2 weeks or so. I had kind of gotten to know of Jocelyn. Hadn't really introduced myself yet, but I wanted to because I was like, yo, this girl, she's the move. And so one day we're picking up and I'm like, yo, this red scarf, this is Jocelyn's. Yes, get to go talk to her, get to give it to her. And I had never heard the name Jocelyn before in my life. And so for like the first couple weeks, I knew her and spoke. I didn't say her name aloud.
Which I'd never noticed.
To her, because it terrified me. Like I thought I knew it and I would like, hey!
What's up?
So, back to the scarf, gave it to her, and we got acquainted shortly thereafter. We dated once for like a week or so, and then she broke up with me. And then some time passed, and we dated again for a couple weeks this time, and then she broke up with me. And then I was still in love. And about 9 months later, we started dating again, and now we're married.
Okay, well, that's your side of the story, which all of it's the same up until, you know, the breaking up part. I agreed to date him that first time because I thought, why not? Well, yeah, you agreed to date someone. You're like, yeah, I'll date you. Then I was just like, I don't know this person very well. You were very into the skinny jeans and the long straightened hair and the tight band tees, and that you just weren't my style at the time. I mean, you were cute, obviously, but your style was like a little bit questionable for innocent little me.
Very aggressive.
And I was just like, I don't know. I don't know if I see you as like my boyfriend. And so I broke up with him. And then we kind of started getting to know each other a little bit more. And then he asked me again, I want to start dating. So I said, I know you a little bit better. I really like you. Yeah, let's date. So we dated for a little bit longer, and I still was just like, I just don't know if I feel about you like that still. And so I broke up with him again. And then there was a pretty good gap where we stayed really, really good friends. He stayed very, very persistent, and we developed like a really, really strong bond and friendship that made me see him in a different way. And so then I was kind of like officially, yeah, you're someone who I want in my life, and I think in that way now. That's the full story, not just the we met in high school marching band story.
We were friends first.
Okay, now going over to YouTube. Ooh, okay. First question on YouTube. What was your first big fight about? I mean, we've been together for 12 years, so
couldn't tell you.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you want me to say this, but you were a really big flirt in high school.
I mean, yeah.
So
I was.
Possibly you flirting with somebody? I can't remember a first. Ooh, the next question. Where and what did you two do for your first date? Our first official date that was like planned, it was like, this is a date. Alex's mom drove us to a park in Ashland, Oregon, Lithia Park, and Alex had this whole plan that like he was gonna buy caramel apples and we were gonna walk around. And when we got out of the car, he didn't realize that the money had fallen out of his pocket.
We're like going on these walks and having a great time talking, and we're like, okay, let's go get the caramel apples. And I reached into my pocket to find the money, and I had no money for our first date.
Nope. So fortunately I did.
Yeah, I think you were working, or maybe you just had money. I don't know.
I don't remember. I paid for our first date.
Yeah.
Does having a YouTube channel change or challenge your marriage? Also, you guys are just so darn cute. She also prefaced this with saying, I'm asking this question in the most appropriate way I can. Which I didn't think that was an inappropriate question at all.
Not really.
No.
I mean, it's just another thing, that you just have to like tacked onto your schedule. So I guess that makes it like a little less time for us. But I mean, now that I'm back in school, I have so much homework to do anyway that you're doing that while I'm doing my homework, and I actually find that to be
nice balance.
Yeah, semi like bonding time, if you will. Even if we're in separate parts of the room, I know she's doing her thing and I'm doing my thing. I wouldn't say it's added any stress or negativity to the marriage.
Yeah. Best and worst thing of your wedding day?
Ooh, that's a big one. Let's see. Best and worst.
Ooh, I know what the best thing is for me.
Do tell.
Maybe I should start with the worst thing.
No, you've already committed to the best thing.
Okay, the best part, just because it was probably one of the most magical moments. I mean, well, oh God, there's so many.
Just commit.
I know, well now I'm thinking about walking down the aisle and like seeing everybody like crying in like a good way, obviously. Like that was really, and just let me talk about a couple good ways and then the best way, okay? Can I? May I?
Sure.
Have this moment? Because a lot of people were like, they came up after the ceremony was over and just talked about how good it was, how much they enjoyed it, and how like a lot of people actually cried. Yeah. Which I wasn't expecting, that wasn't our intention, obviously. In a good way, like they were just very touched. But the best moment was when it was after everything was done. My dad and stepmom booked us a cottage kind of up on top of this other building. I'm not sure what it was, but it was like
small house.
A small house for rent.
It's a cottage.
It's like a cottage, yeah. In the place that we got married, if you're curious, we got married
2 blocks away
in Jacksonville, Oregon, and we walked from our venue to this little cottage, and our bridal party had already brought all of our bags and all of the gifts that we had received to this place, so we didn't have to carry anything because we just walked. They even took our car there. We walked up the steps to the little cottage, And again, everything was already set up ready for us. So all the lights were all, well, it was like dim lighting, and there was wine inside, and they had like a love playlist.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not the right word, but it was like a romantic playlist playing with like soft music, and it just felt so magical.
Yeah.
That like you were in your tux and I was in my wedding dress, and we just walked down this street, and like the late night, it was like 11 o'clock, and you know, we
midnight
just
even
went into this beautiful room, and it just felt so serene, especially the calm after just a chaotic, an amazing day, but it was, you know, a lot of people, and I had started super early to start getting ready and stuff like that, and so that was a really good moment. Oh, and the worst.
It's hard to think of a worst because everything went pretty
good.
Swimmingly.
The one thing that I didn't really pictures.
The pictures are just really stressful because of how many family members there were to balance.
And I hadn't intended on having, except for my immediate family, like my grandma and, you know, our parents and our siblings, and then the wedding party. Like that's kind of all that I wanted in the pictures, but there was a miscommunication. So a quarter of all of our sets of family. So there's my dad's family, my mom's family, my stepdad's family, and Alex's family. Those are like the big pieces, I feel like, the big players that I've known for a lot of my life. Only one group of them was told, like, you're gonna be a part of pictures, and I didn't, it was just a miscommunication, but it made me feel a little uncomfortable because, you know, all of them are equally important. But it was just, pictures are chaotic. And thank God for our wedding photographer. She was amazing, and she could tell that we were like stressing out, and it was just, we were tired by the time pictures were finished. Our faces were tired. We didn't want to smile anymore. That was probably the worst part. Again, the pictures turned out beautiful, and we had a really good time. I kind of wanted to wait for everybody to see me in my dress until I came down the aisle, and that didn't really happen because we took most of our pictures before the ceremony happened to save on time. But oh well, it was still a great day. There was no major catastrophes or anything like that.
Is it my turn now?
Yes, sorry.
I would say the most potential there was for a catastrophe for me personally was that at 11 a.m. on the day of our wedding, I had not finished my vows. The night before, I was like, oh, I'll get them done the night before, you know, like really kind of leave it to the last minute, let the procrastination really set me on fire. But that night turned into like another bachelor party, basically at the apartment, because Jocelyn was with her bridesmaids and all my friends were over, and I just stayed up super late and partied. Didn't write anything down that night. And then the next morning, I have to get up and, you know, get to the venue by 9 or so. And then like, I just remember like it just kind of hit me. I hadn't thought about it all morning, and I was like, I still haven't written my vows. So like I did whatever I needed to do in that moment. And then I was like, all right guys, I gotta go take care of this, like half an hour, don't disturb me. I'm getting it done. And I got them done, and I really enjoyed how they turned out. I think maybe the best thing was just right after the I Do's, the Dodie song that came on, Smitten, and then we all just like got to jump up and like walk down the aisle. And I just remember like I was so happy, but I was like crying pretty profusely.
You were.
It was so odd. It was two just like really heightened emotions just like clashing. And then one more fun little moment was, as Jocelyn mentioned earlier, we walked to where we were sleeping that night, and actually the night after that. But as we were walking down the street, you know, the couple blocks it was, I just kind of like stopped and I'm like, damn, I'm really drunk right now. And Jocelyn just goes, what? And I'm like, what do you mean what? This is our wedding. And then I was like, wait, are you not drunk? And she was like, no.
Yeah.
I felt so bad.
And it wasn't because like I didn't want to drink. I actually couldn't eat or drink that whole day, really, because I was so anxious about everything that I barely got to eat anything or drink anything. It was kind of disappointing. It didn't help that the bartender kept giving him free drinks all night. And it was fine. Like, he's kind of sobered up pretty fast after that. Sort of.
It was a lot of fun.
Next question. Moving
that was
on.
A big question.
Yes. What are your most common arguments or disagreements? Meant to be lighthearted, like drinking OJ from the carton type of thing. It's not like, you know, serious arguments.
Fall asleep on the couch while watching TV at night? You leave the lights on a lot?
I don't leave them on a lot.
Yeah, you do.
No. All of your socks that you leave just everywhere in the house? Perhaps? When we sat down to film, there was a sock on the couch that he just threw. Ooh, someone would like us to show some photos of you both from high school and tell us your best and worst memories of the time. So I'll go ahead and just start putting up some photos of us from high school.
Band was really the highlight of my
band trips were always
career. Like every band trip we went on was always a good time. The bus rides up there, you know, we would all just like hang out in our little groups and, you know, eat tons of candy and be wild little teenagers. But it was also really fun to compete, you know, to go up there and put on a show and perform what you've been practicing so hard on. I actually really enjoyed that aspect of high school, competing in band.
I'm sure it's very similar to how people feel about sports. Being a part of a team and then getting to go on these field trips constantly with that team of people that you're super close with.
Yeah, because they're your best friends.
Yeah, and all striving towards a goal. That kind of thing was definitely highlight.
Oh man, we didn't unplug the water.
Yeah, I know. If you want, you can unplug it now. Yeah. There weren't really, I mean, because we were high school sweethearts and, you know, that age, you're learning about yourself and how you fit into the world and that kind of thing. So we had some tensions definitely in high school, just kind of learning how we fit in the world and if we together were a good fit moving forward. So I think that's pretty natural for a high school couple to go through those pain points, I guess you could say. Overall, I mean, we're here today. We made it through. Oh, we kind of already answered this. I have an assumption that you and Alex don't mind time apart and are comfortable doing your own thing. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. I mean, I love doing things with you, obviously. What is your favorite show to binge watch as a couple?
The Office.
Oh yeah, I guess that. And Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
We binge watched Weeds for a while.
Friends. We watched It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Those shows. Oh, we only have one question left.
Wow, final question.
I don't know if we're gonna want to answer it.
Oh goodness.
Assumption, you and Alex are vanilla or actually adventurous in your sex life.
Well, sure. I guess I'll answer that. Pretty vanilla.
Yeah, we're pretty, I mean, we've been together for forever. For forever.
For forever. Wait, they assumed we were vanilla?
Well, I don't know, the assumption's kind of funky because it says you and Alex are vanilla or actually adventurous in your sex life. So it's kind of a question. It's which
question.
one are you? But that's not to say that like we are like vanilla and wish to always remain vanilla. It's more like we're vanilla, but like I'm not including that. Adventure curious.
Yes.
We're not really afraid of like things. Those are all of the questions that we have to answer today.
Wow.
That was probably a sufficient amount of time that we've spent. I'm sure this video is plenty long.
So if you're still with us, thanks.
Well, happy 12/2 years to you, sir.
You too.
It's been swell. I still need to film myself putting makeup on his self. So if you'd like to see that, please leave it down in the comments below. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to subscribe for more content from me, don't forget to do so before you go. All of those buttons are down below.
Not up above. Thanks.
I think that's everything we have for you today.
We're gonna wrap this up now, so thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.